Kim from thesquishymonster.com, and today I'm bringing you my new addiction for monkey bread. This stuff is so addictive. I've been having it every day between breakfast, brunch, snacks, desserts, anytime I can fit it in, because it's got these doughy, pillowy, soft bites of dough rolled in cinnamon sugar spice, and then the whole thing gets soaked and baked in this ooey gooey, glossy, rich, buttery caramel sauce. I can't get enough of this, and I hope you guys will give it a try because it is that insanely good. I've just gently heated my whole milk with my unsalted butter to about 110 degrees. You don't want it too hot or it will kill your yeast. So I would really strive to use nothing less than 2%. I always use whole milk whenever I bake. It really needs to have something to cling to. That fat really provides a nice texture. So I want to sprinkle in my yeast, and remember not to make your milk too hot, and I'm just gonna let it set aside. I've just lightly beaten my room temperature egg, and this allows it to mix easier, both the room temperature quality and the fact that it's lightly beaten. And to this large bowl, I'm just going to mix everything else in. So that includes my unbleached weighed out flour, my granulated sugar, a pinch of salt, and then that melted butter, milk, and yeast. And I'm going to mix it all together until it gets really nice, smooth, and pliable. Your dough is only ready when it clings to itself, and as you can see, it doesn't cling to my fingers. And it's soft and smooth, and now all I've done is just lumped it in a oiled bowl, and you can use just a flavorless oil, and I'm going to wrap it with plastic and set it aside so it can double in size. I have two groups here for my caramel sauce, and then the cinnamon sugar I want to dust all my little dough pieces in. So it's really simple. For the cinnamon sugar, I just have some granulated sugar, and I'm going to sprinkle it over with a combination of freshly ground cinnamon and just the faintest whisper of cloves. And for my caramel sauce, I just have some unsalted butter, and I'm going to combine that with some heavy cream, some brown sugar, and then a heavy pinch of salt, not sugar. And then I'm just going to melt this until it gets really nice and loose and everything is nicely combined together. For your caramel sauce, you just need to melt it. You don't have to cook it to a certain temperature, anything like that. You just want everything to be melted and smooth. You can also do this in a microwave too. Now that my dough has risen, all we have to do is lightly dust with just a bit of flour, because you want it to remain pudgy and soft. Too much flour will detract from that. So I'm going to lightly flour my surface, my work surface, and I'm just going to begin cutting out little nuggets, fat little nuggets, so I can toss it in butter and then roll it in that cinnamon sugar. Now I just want to take each of my dough pieces and just roughly shape it into a ball like this. And then you want to take each ball and then dip it in that melted butter and then roll it in some cinnamon sugar. And that's all we're doing in this step. Just a few side notes. If you want to, you can add nuts to this, and if you want to stuff the centers of each of your dough pieces with pumpkin pie filling, cream cheese, whatever your heart desires, you get an extra elevated bit of an experience with this monkey bread, but I'm keeping mine classic and simple. So here's my melted caramel sauce, and we're just going to build. And I actually found it easier to shake all my dough pieces in a plastic Tupperware and just shake like crazy. So I'm going to slowly pour in a little bit of my caramel sauce on the bottom of my bundt pan. If you don't have one of these, you can just use a regular pan and just put a little piece of balled up foil in the center to get that characteristic look. And now I'm just going to lazily strew some of my dough ball pieces on the bottom and then alternate with caramel sauce and dough. Next, you want to allow your bread to rest for an additional 30 minutes so that it can poof up and get as fat as it could possibly be. Here are my little dough ball babies after about 30 to 45 minutes, but just keep your eye on it. If you neglect it too long, they'll explode, so just be mindful. I'm totally kidding, they will not explode. So this part is very lenient. You can just kind of let it go. If you're really busy doing something else, don't worry about it. Just make sure it doesn't exceed over an hour. So my oven is now preheated and I'm just gonna pop it in and bake it off. So here is that monkey bread, and I just love the intermingling spices kind of wafting through the air. Each piece of dough is light and pillowy and spiced and scented with that little bit of clove and lots of robust cinnamon. And I love how the sticky, gooey caramel sauce is just kind of dripping through the crevices of each corner of the dough. And you can have as much or as little as you'd like, and this is a great shareable dessert. I hope you guys give it a try. If you like this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up and share and subscribe so I know to make more. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. This is Angela Kim from thesquishymonster.com, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!